Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Drinks with Coach. I am your host, Thomas L. Harris, a.k.a. Coach, and today I got a special guest. I got a beautiful, amazing, crazy, talented, but before I tell you who it is, let me thank the sponsors, Ty Hopkins and Motu VJ for the Avani vodka, because that's what we drinking on. You heard me? Got the champagne, and we definitely got the Roseline wine, so we appreciate them, we thank them, and with no further ado, let me welcome my guest, Mena Monroe. What's going on, Mina? Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here, and I love the place.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Try a little something. So, you know, we always start off, we like to give flowers, so I want to give you your flowers and all the things that you have done. You know, I've seen you since, you know, we've known each other a long time. So I've seen the growth, and I've seen the progress, and I've seen all the moves you've been making. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I can't wait for February 22nd to see If I Can't, your movie premiering, and I'm excited for that. And so, you know, just cheers to you for that.
Ah, thank you. I'm so happy to be here, and shout out to your growth as well. And shout out to Coach, because he also helped coach me. I am an acting class alumni now.
Yes you are. Yes you are. Yes you are. So let's get right to it. Tell me, who is Mena Monroe?
Oh my God, Mena Monroe is a hustler from Highland Park, Detroit.
HP.
Yes. And basically I am a thespian at heart, so I'm just taking this whole little run we have and I'm running with it like that's what we do.
Dang, that's dope. That's dope. And you've always kind of been like that, I take it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you started off in your you were model, right? Modeling first, and
I'm gonna be the first to say I used to be a video hoe.
What? No, what? No.
No, I used to be a video hoe, whatever. Started off, and I used to do the magazines too, like the Smooths and all that.
Oh yeah, back in the day, right. Yeah, that was big. Yeah.
So that was my hustle then, and it turned into something else. So, I got invited to do a small scene in the film. Shout out to Beezy Jones.
Yeah, shout out Beezy. Yep.
And I just caught the acting bug. And I always did little like theater stuff at school. Always, in stage plays. Yeah. But being like behind the camera. Yeah. And in front of the camera.
Yeah.
A whole nother mindset. Now I'm hooked.
So I know that you like you said, your first experience was with Beezy, but your first actual leading role
was with Rook.
Rook. Shout out to Rook and Ronnie and all them guys, man. Shout them guys out.
Shout out to Sugar for believing in me.
Yeah, shout out to them. Now that was One More Flip, right?
One More Flip.
So how was that? How was that experience?
That was grueling because we filmed it was a horrible winter, and we started filming right when COVID was like happening. So yeah. A lot, but it was my first lead, so I took it very serious. Like I had sticky notes all over my place. Like I was very engulfed in that character.
Yeah.
So that was an important step to me, and I wanted to prove. Like the other people was like, oh, you should get to such and such. I'm like, nah, I'm about to smoke this thing. And I'm happy it happened.
We're glad you did it. Yeah. So now you have had, a lot of ups and downs, throughout your career. What gives Mina the strength to just keep going, to get where you're at? Like, where does that come from?
Oh, I can't never let them see me sweat or fall. Like,
what?
I won't give them that. Y'all can't have that. And I have to work for it. So I'm always going to try to outwork everybody. I'm not too big to take any job. That's how I am. I'm willing to put the work in. And that's what separates me from a lot of people. Because a lot of people think that it looks glamorous, it looks easy. I'm willing to actually get down and dirty and put the work in.
That's funny you said that. I tell my kids when they compete in sports, I always tell them that same exact thing. Like, hey, you can never let them see you sweat. Never. No matter win, lose, draw. They can never see you sweat. So that's dope. So now you started out in acting, right? And then you wanted to transition and go into making your own films, correct? And so where does that love come from of just, I guess the passion? Where does the passion come from, the wanting more? Like create your own film, write your own story, write this, write that.
Exactly. I was always a writer. Like if it wasn't for writing, I wouldn't even be a college graduate. I was the first in my family to graduate from college. My mom was a single parent, working hard. We couldn't afford college. So I won a short story scholarship to UM. And if it wasn't for me having a crazy little imagination, I wouldn't be the first person in my family to graduate college. So once I know I can get grants and cash off the pen, I always was a writer. So I did so many films. So after One More Flip, I probably did 10 films in between there. And I would be on set. And some of the scripts, they would typecast me because, and I'd be like, I can write this. So And then I seen the format of actual script writing. It's different from like, you know, just traditional writing. So I got the format down from all the scripts I had. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. Give me a little while. I'm gonna do my own shit. So I did and shout out to Kamal on that, because Kamal was very helpful in my screenwriting process. Yeah. I actually sent him the first rough draft, and he was like, and it was just on email. And when I seen him at rehearsal for a film we were doing, he printed it out, and I just cried like, oh my, like it was my first time seeing it in a paper form. Like, it's a real script. So shout out to Kamal.
Yeah, shout out Kamal. He's always been the type that's always been helpful, always, you know, somebody you can go to, man. So big shout out to Kamal Smith. How did you start actually making them though? Like getting in there and start making the actual films, you know, because like you said, you had no experience in how to make no film. How did that come about?
I'm always like out to learn stuff. So even like even on y'all stuff, you know, fall back and play the background. I'm observing everything, so I'm seeing how things work. I'm seeing, oh, this person does this. How much this person get paid? Oh, I can do that. You got paid. Okay, so I started calculating like, okay, so I would need this person, and this much money, and I just stacked my cheese
and just went from there.
And of course, first, like people would tell you, oh, you can make a movie with X amount of dollars, and that ain't it. At least on my end, because I needed so many more people. I didn't have like a built-in team.
Right.
So they told me one amount, and I had that, and it wasn't enough. So I went to my brother. You know, my brother he's established. He has a career, and he's like a 9-to-5 working man, and he had like, you know, cheese put to the side. So I went to him with a crazy dream and a crazy script, because my first script was some hood rat shit. So I like to do hood rat shit with my friends. So I went with him like, you got half on it, he had half on it, and we made a shit ton of money out that motherfucker. So thanks, shout out to my brother.
Yeah, we gotta take a shot to bro. Shout out to bro. Shout out to bro for sure. Now, being a lady, you know, in the male-dominated industry, definitely. Tell me, you know, how do you maneuver around in this space?
I used to be really passive and tread lightly, but now I don't know if you heard, I'm a bulldog now. I'm not taking no shit. I'm the one putting this money up. I'm the one paying y'all. Y'all got to put some risk. In my first script that we produced, I was the one paying everybody, and nobody was listening to me. It was my script right here. I made these people up in my head. Y'all, they're like, no, we gonna do it this way. I'm like, hello, do y'all not see me? And I let a lot of stuff ride. The second go round, I was way more assertive and way more bulldog. So now I have to find a healthy medium. So I'm not seen as hard to work with or hard to work for. So it's definitely a thin line. But my brother doesn't understand that because he's a male, and they'll listen to him over me. And I'm like, he's just an investor, y'all. He don't really. He cares about the script, but he's not investing.
Right. No. You actually study this. You know this. You know he might not know shots or you know all that stuff. Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, hello, I'm the person who got y'all. I'm the one who called y'all. You don't know who to call for a gaffer. Like, you know what I mean? So I have to fight a lot. And I'm a fighter. And I told you I'm from HP. So I'm a fighter. I don't mind fighting, but I have to tone it down. Yeah. So in the male-dominated industry,
that medium, that middle ground. Yeah. So in that, you know, being in a male-dominated industry, you still were able to come out and make your first film. You know what I'm saying? Which was Three Keys. Yeah. Yeah. So what was that? Tell me that experience. Oh
my God! Like I said, nobody was listening to me. So it was to the point. One day, my voice was gone from yelling, and it was like a whole bunch of guys over in the corner, like, "Hello,
I'm here."
And I got a small voice, so it's like whatever. So it was a learning experience. Yeah. I bumped my head so many times, and there was so many people like. Of course, males like, you should have listened to me. You should have listened to filmmakers and stuff like, I told you to do it this way or wait on me.
Right.
Everybody thinks they have the formula, and every film is different. Every set is different. So I'm just happy I didn't listen to everybody because I needed these mistakes to make me into who I am.
I agree. I agree that sometimes you gotta go against what everybody says so that you can experience for yourself and come out better. So I do agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. What was it like maneuvering with the actors and just dealing with, you know, your first time being a producer, but also an actor and also trying to, you know, co-direct and what was that experience?
That was hard because as an actor, I still like, at number one on the call sheet especially, it's a bulk of work. You got a bunch of pages you need to cover every day. But at the same time, I got other actors who I've been doing this thing with for 2 years, and we have relationships. So sometimes I get to fool around, and I be like, wait a minute, this your money, bitch. What are you doing? Like, get it together.
Like, hold
so I
tight.
have to, like, really hold accountability for myself, because if not, we're gonna be here all night, and who's gonna be paying for it?
So do you think did it give you a perspective that, you know, if I'm not giving 1,000%, they're not?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And it helps me run a tighter, like this second go around, we ran a tight ship.
Oh, I heard.
I
heard.
I was cranking that whip, honey. I was. But yeah, I had to.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
It was like 3 keys. We had 4 pickup days.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That was a lot of
That's a lot of money.
And you don't equate it to dollars when you're on the acting side.
Yes,
You like,
yes.
I'm going to film another day. But on the producer side, you like, God, is there any way we can do
You get to looking at that budget shit like, we did what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. So you released it, it came out.
Yeah.
What was the reception? How did they like it?
Even to this day, like it was a comedy, and I wanted it when I wrote it. I said I wanted it to be like a female version of Friday.
Okay.
It all takes place in one day. It's a whole bunch of quirky characters coming in and out periodically. Even to this day, I travel all over. That's my other thing besides film. I'm in love with travel. So when I'm in these different cities, people come say, I want an ice water with no ice, or they say little shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Joy, can I take a picture with you, Key Joy? I'm like, these people really eat this shit up. Every single day, my social media is filled with like Key Joy stuff or little one-liners from 3 Keys. So it's so well received. We were on Baller Alert. We were doing research on how much to pay to get on Baller Alert. We done been on this shit for no reason, you know what I mean? Like, it really did its thing. So I'm really happy for the outcome of that project. Regardless of what anybody feels like. Some of the filmmakers, of course, especially the males, they like, oh, well, whatever, they have their opinion. But
I mean, it's your first one. So, you know, it ain't going, you know, like we were talking before we went on, you know, your first one ain't going to be perfect.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a lot of mistakes. Hell, your second one ain't going to be perfect. None of them is going to be perfect. So it's like, no, I get it. You're going to make a lot of mistakes on that first go around. But, you know, like you said, as long as you learn and you get better each time you put another one out, which brings me to your next project, which I believe it's your best work yet.
Oh,
I read the script. I was able to read it back when you were first getting ready to do it, and I remember I read it and I called you and I said, "Man, Mina, you got something special." And I don't say that much, you know. I don't say that much about a lot of things. I don't, you know, open up my mouth and say that was, you know what I'm saying. But that script for me was a good, strong, solid script, and I liked it. I definitely like that. Like I told you, I love that beginning. It's happy, and then you go into that middle, and then you go into that. I said, wow, you know, and I enjoyed it. And so to me, I'm and you tell me, but you know, do you believe that's your best work yet?
I absolutely believe it was the most grueling as far as character work.
Yeah.
It gave me the most range to flex my little muscle. Like, it shows so much that happened in so many women's lives, from postpartum depression to just a lot of women, and it's rarely vocalized, but we want to be loved. Yeah. And I never showed that in my real life. I'm never that vulnerable, but I got to be that vulnerable on screen, so that was really dope. And
as an actress, that's dope though, as an actor, because I tell my students that a lot. You got to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to allow the character, allow yourself to portray this character in the way that it's supposed to be. In order to do that, you gotta open up and be vulnerable to the character's needs and wants. Absolutely. And you know, it's funny you say that, man. That you were able to be vulnerable to that character. What was that opening up and being vulnerable like that?
I'm gonna be honest. So I'm not a crier. Like I said, I'm tough. I'm a bulldog. But I was like crying. I cried when I wrote it. Yeah. Like the whole process. Yeah. And during the filming, it was just emotional. Like sometimes I would have to go to my car. Like I gotta go to my car. Yeah. Because it was like a lot, and sometimes you question, do I want to leave this out there, like on the screen? Yeah. Do you want to leave that? But to me, it's a story that needs to be told. And after I wrote it, I started seeing so many similar situations. And my hope for that script, of course, I want to make my money back, blah, 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 entertain people.
Of course.
And live up to the hype, because the people are on my ass for this film. Of course, you want to live up to the hype and everything, but I also want to possibly show somebody out there the warning signs, because it's
awareness.
It's a big issue in the urban community, and that shit don't make the news.
No, it is.
Not it is.
Do you? And I know 3 Keys and if I can't, and even other films that you've played in. a lot of your stories, that they come from real life experiences? Like a lot of your, even how you portray your characters, you know, is some of that similar to Mina's background, to where she comes from and who she is?
If I can, it's a domestic violence story. I know the artwork is confusing, but that's the thing I don't ever like to show my hand.
Yeah.
Confuse people a little bit. Some people think it's a scary movie.
Yeah.
All type of stuff. Like,
I mean, I definitely saw it. It was like, okay, is this all right, Mina, I'm gonna go with you on this one. It might be a horror, but I'm gonna go with you.
They think it's a horror.
Yeah.
It's a domestic violence drama, and a lot of people go through that.
Yes.
And I was one of those people. I grew up in that household as well. Like
Yes.
it's a vicious cycle, and
No, it is.
if I had seen a film like this when I was younger, you know,
Who knows?
Like, girl, leave that motherfucker alone, type thing. But I didn't get those warnings or whatever, and I thought that was love. Like most of us think that's love. I had a cousin who was, you know, horribly domestically abused. My mom, my dad used to put hands on that woman all the time. Like, so I grew up thinking this was okay. And if I had a scene or somebody would have sent a message like this to me, I probably could have avoided this part of my life.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of times like you said, in the urban community, a lot of times, you know, the cycle is always repeated, you know, to the children. Because in our community, we don't go seek mental health.
Never.
People that could help us, doctors or whatever. We always think it's looked down upon in our community, especially when we were growing up in the 80s, 90s, and when we were growing up, it was unheard of. You go to the doctor, you coming home with some bad news. So, you know, I think that now the community is moving more towards getting that help and making it the norm, you know. And so I do believe films like yours are needed for that awareness, because there is somebody out there that could see this film and it deters them from even, you know, getting into a relationship like that.
And that is my hope. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 or 25 girls. Like, and I'm not even, like, I have a large following, and they're mainly women. Now, like, I went from being a video vixen with mainly dudes in the jail mail to women who reach out to me and show me so much love. I hope, like, one of these women sees this and like, sis, nah, I can't do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny because I see it on your page. I be seeing it. They be on your head. They love you.
So much.
Yeah, they do. They love you. You got your what do they call it? The Mina fans. The Mina loves.
I call them friends.
Yeah, Mina friends. That be friends. There you go, friends.
Because I say, like, that's one of the things I say. So I really used it in 3 Keys. It was like one of the jokes. So everywhere, I'm talking about, it'd be like 60-year-old women, 50-year-old women, like, hey, friend. I'd be like, hey.
Yeah. No. And that's dope, man. I think that's dope to be able to interact with your fans and have a relationship with them like that, because they are who make us who we are. Because without them, we don't have anything. You know, we don't have that. So, no, I agree. So, how does Mina herself deal with the negativity that's thrown at you in the industry? Like, how do you do with it? Because one thing I do recognize is you don't put a lot of stuff on the net. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that a lot.
You gotta come see me.
Yeah, you don't do that. So I always wonder, how do you deal with it? Because it's there. I mean, obviously, we all have it. We all deal with negativity. So how do you deal with it?
My block game is so strong. Like, anybody can get blocked. And I won't, like I said, I have a lot of women who, I won't even say look up to me, who interact with me and show me love. I'm not about to put on a show for them that's negative. I'm not. So, and you ain't about to get my little 200,000+ followers. No, I'm not. You ain't doing that for me. I'm sorry. Argue on your own page. Talk to yourself. You won't get it from me. And I'm from at the end of the day, I'm from the streets. Like, we don't do this stuff. And when I see it, I'll be like, it's goofy. Miss me with it. So,
the internet beefing and all that.
I block all negativity.
Do you think? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do you think that it's tough to ignore the negativity, especially when it's like the negativity of just bull crap? It ain't even no constructive criticism. It's just bull crap.
It can be.
I mean, amongst your peers at that.
Absolutely, it can be, and it can be discouraging because sometimes you be like, I don't even want to do this shit no more. But then you log onto your page and there's a whole bunch of love from people outside of your peers, and you're like, well, maybe I should keep, trucking or whatever.
And I think when you build a fan base, or like you call it your friends, when you build friends, I think that you're obligated to keep pushing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because they look up to you. They want more from you because they relate to you. They come from where you come from. Your face is recognizable for them. It's someone they know personally, or it's something that they've been through. So it's like now it's an obligation to continue giving these people these stories that is needed, because I personally believe your stories need to be told. I believe it. You know
agree.
what I'm saying? And I think you're doing a great job of doing that and putting it out there. And, you know, you just got to keep on doing it.
Likewise, man. Like I said, you know, I'm a big fan of y'all whole camp, how y'all move. I think it's
Appreciate
incredible.
it.
I think it's incredible. And the stories y'all tell are real. That's why people gravitate to McGraw. It's real. It's McGraw Ave in every hood, not the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
The same
For
stories,
sure, for sure, definitely.
It's a shorty in every hood.
Yeah, definitely. It's a murder. It's a Alex.
I promise you.
It's a cop named Alex. Might not be named Alex, but it's an Alex somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I travel so much and I see it. Like, y'all don't know, but these people, we're literally feeding them something they need.
Yeah.
So why not keep going?
Yeah,
because it's
definitely.
being appreciated. We don't see it here because sometimes our peers, it's so catty, it's so crab in the barrel here.
Yeah.
It's no solidarity outside of y'all camp per se. But outside, they see it. They see it.
No, they do.